Hello, I'm Damian Cole, and this is the Portal of Stories. There are places in the world where beauty becomes a mask, and history turns into a whisper that refuses to die. In the heart of Madrid, where marble glows and tourists pass by unaware, stands a palace that hides far more than art and elegance. It's a monument to love and to horror. Behind its walls was buried a forbidden secret, a tragedy sealed by fear, by guilt, and by sin. This is the story of a child who was never meant to be born, a daughter of incest, of scandal, of silence. But it is also the story of a presence that never left, one that still wanders through golden halls, searching for a voice to call mom. If you think walls cannot speak, just wait until you hear what the Palacio de Linares has to say. Join me.
Madrid hides secrets among its streets, concealed behind elegant facades and the routine of the modern century. Where marble shines and tourists raise their eyes, some buildings silently weep. One of them, perhaps the most beautiful and cursed, stands proudly in Plaza de Cibeles, a palace white as bone, with perfect gardens and golden halls, the Palace of Linares. But beneath its splendor pulses a tragedy that never found peace. It all began in the mid-19th century, when José de Murga y Reolid, the son of a wealthy Basque merchant who had built his fortune in Havana, inherited not only the noble title of Marquis of Linares, but also a fortune that seemed inexhaustible. He traveled across Europe, was educated in Paris, and upon returning to Spain, he met a beautiful and talented young woman named Raimunda Osorio. She was an actress, daughter of a humble woman, and, as would later be revealed, also daughter of José's father. They did not share a surname or a home, but they shared blood. Blinded by love, José ignored his dying father's warnings and secretly married her. To protect her from scandal, he ordered the construction of a palace in the heart of Madrid. The building, designed by the best architects of the time, featured velvet-covered salons, ceilings painted with heavenly frescoes, and a dreamlike library. It was a tribute to love, but also a hiding place for guilt. Shortly after moving in, Raimunda gave birth to a child, a girl. They named her Raimundita, but no one outside those walls ever knew she existed. There's no birth certificate, no portrait, no record, only a growing rumor, and the certainty that the girl should never have been born. According to legend, José and Raimunda, terrified by the social and religious consequences of their union, made a monstrous decision to silence the child forever. Some claim she was drowned in the marble bathtub of the main bathroom. Others believe she was walled up alive in a hidden room beneath the palace, alongside her porcelain doll. What is certain is that after her death, peace never returned to the palace. Servants began to hear the cries of a little girl at night. Some saw tiny shadows darting down the halls. One maid swore she felt a small hand take hers while she changed the bed linens in the Marquise's room, and whenever someone dared speak of it, they were swiftly dismissed. Decades later, the palace was abandoned. Its walls cracked, cobwebs claimed the chandeliers, and the city continued to grow around it. But the girl never left. In 1988, during a nighttime inspection before restoration began, a security guard experienced something that would haunt him for the rest of his life. He had gone upstairs after hearing footsteps. No one was there. But as he turned toward the Hall of Mirrors, he saw a little girl facing away from him. She wore white. Her hair was dark, curled. As he approached, the figure turned her head, and she had no eyes, only hollow, black sockets like endless wells. The guard fell down the stairs, breaking an arm and shattering something deeper inside. He resigned that very night. In 1991, during restoration work, construction workers discovered a hidden compartment in the Marquis' study. Inside was a box with water-damaged papers and a handwritten letter. The author, José de Murga. The house is tainted. The spirit of our daughter won't leave. Each night I hear her voice in the corridors. She won't forgive. She never will. But before the file could be handed over to the Heritage Department, it vanished without a trace. Only eyewitness accounts remain. Some say it was removed by someone powerful. Others believe it was stolen by collectors of the occult. What's certain is that it was never seen again. That same year, the famous paranormal program Medianoche, led by Dr. Fernando Jimenez del Oso, recorded psychophonic voices inside the palace. The voices shook the nation. Where is my mommy? I have no eyes. I'm still here. Since then, the Linares Palace has become a magnet for rumors, grainy footage, and panicked visits. Some claim they've seen a little girl reflected in the mirrors. Others feel a small, unseen presence following them as they walk the halls. And it's not all legend. Architects and restorers have identified strange symbols carved into the palace's decor. Angels with covered eyes, coiled serpents, inverted crosses disguised as ornaments. On the library ceiling, a fresco depicts a girl kneeling before an angel with a scale, an image not found in the original architectural plans. In a room closed to the public, the former bedroom of Raimunda, technicians have reported electrical failures, sudden drops in temperature, and an unbearable sense of sorrow. Some staff at the Casa de America have requested shift changes without explanation. All of them, without exception, refuse to work there at night. The Palace of Linares is now a symbol of culture, art, and diplomacy. But within its walls, beneath the layers of restoration and shining marble, lives a story that never ended. Because the girl is still there, waiting, wandering the corridors in her white dress, searching for the voice of a mother who didn't save her, a father who condemned her, a world that denied her. If one day you visit Madrid and stroll through Plaza de Cibeles at dusk, glance toward the palace. If you see a small figure behind a second-story window, don't look twice. From this corner where history and mystery entwine, thank you for crossing with us through the portal of stories.
El Portal de las Historias presentó un documental original.